Video is going to be a building update. As you can see, the ends are in. They've got insulation. There you use the double bubble installation. I think that's what they call this stuff. And they've got tin on the outside. So it's on the roof. The downstairs is not tinned yet, nor is this part, obviously, but anyways, there it is. It's a steep son of a bitch. I mean, most of you have probably seen my roof sledding videos, and you know, I'm not sledding down this thing. Not because I can't, just because the bottom is way down there. And here, I'll show you out the front of the building. There's these nice dormers in here, but look down, that's a long ways down. I think it's about 14 feet, maybe? No, 12 feet. 12 feet to the bottom from there. There's still quite a bit of work to do on the building yet. Concrete comes on Tuesday for the downstairs, so what they have to do is they got to raise up the floor 1 inch more. So there's a load of crushed stone over there, and I'll be using my skid steer to put that in. The upstairs here, well, all this lumber that's kind of floating around here, I'm going to burn this in my wood stove because I need to. But yeah, so Monday morning they're going to do some more bracing downstairs. There were some issues with a building that rocks and rolls, and well, I'll get into that in a minute, but I'm going to go if I've got it right. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go on downstairs, and I'm going to show you some of the problems that they've had, if I can do this without breaking my neck. But the stairs will come in next week, maybe in a week after, I don't know. Once the concrete's in, then it'll all be good. But they should be able to sheet this thing pretty quickly. Anyways, there's architectural issues with this. The architect, however you want to call him, has asked, was recommending us use these permacolumns. Well, the permacolumns I don't like. I'm going to tell you right now that I don't like them at all, because these sway. You get up there and start shaking around, these sway right here at this joint. So each and every one of them, boom, doesn't matter, they all sway. So what the architect said was that they were turned the wrong way. And my brother-in-law is building the building. He is a, you know, he's a certified builder, so he's building the building, and he told the architect that he's full of shit. Well, the architect said that we had to use 3/4 inch bolts to put these micro lambs in, and these headers in, or whatever you want to call them, the sills. All the sills, they have to be 3/4 inch bolts. But we turned them the wrong, or he turned them the wrong way. Well, these are laminated 2x6s. Okay, if he'd have turned that thing sideways and drilled a 3/4 inch hole here and another one, say here, he would have totally destroyed the integrity of this beam. But anyways, this building's rocking and rolling. At least it was. We've got it pretty much under control now. The architect did not have any bracing in the plans, none in the corners, none on these poles, none in any of the corners. So, of course, you know, if you brace something, it will not move. That's just the way it is. So my brother-in-law and his crew have been bracing the building this way, that way, and there's a lot more bracing going to go on. The ultimate solution is, instead of just putting tin up on the wall, we're going to actually put plywood on, and then tin. 1/2 inch plywood sheeting, and then tin. So that's what's going to be on the walls. Yeah, so the rocking and the rolling is slowly, you know, it's stopped now, but so we got concrete coming in today on the building, and they're putting the siding on. I'll get into the siding in a second. I just want to show what they're up to here. Just a little documentation of what's going on. Uh-oh. He's got a little screed over there he hasn't used yet, but doing concrete is not the funnest thing for me. Not that I mind it, I just don't like it. But, yeah, there he goes. I'm gonna go over top of that thing. I asked him how that works. Now that's just a little one, and there's like 3 or 4 of these things. These little power trowels. But he says that you put different paddles on there, and then that'll make that as smooth as glass. We should be able to shoot marbles in there when we're done. I mean, they know what they're doing. They really do. There was no sense me even attempting it because I'd have just made a mess of it. So anyways, the tin is going to go over top of that plywood, and the reason that they put plywood there is because the building was shaking. Anyway. A whole menagerie of stuff going on here. So when do the windows show up? Window World? I've been asking for 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, that'll happen. Looks like it's going to be polished up really nice when they're done. There's a little bit of trouble over in the far corner. They did not get a load of concrete when they were supposed to, so it's wetter than the rest. But, you know, yeah, what are you going to do? So he's working that in there. I imagine they're going to be here quite late. They've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's now probably 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm gonna hang out here until they're done. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so the mason was here till 10 o'clock last night, polishing up this floor. It looks like the sky. You can see that shine that's on there. This is like a glass finish. Really a nice job. They did a really, really nice job. I mean, it's shiny. Outside here, they broom finished the apron. So that's all looking super sharp. Yeah, so I talked to these guys until about 7:30 last night when I went home, and it looked good then, and they told me that they were going to go over it 5 more times with them trowels. And boy, I'll tell you, I don't know what their names were, but they really take pride in their work. They did a great, great job. I mean, holy cow, you could roll marbles on this. You really could roll marbles on this thing. I'll have to try that out. But anyways, now, to the problem at hand. This is supposed to be a pole barn with tin sheeting on it, with tin on it. As you can see, it is covered with plywood. Well, our friendly neighborhood architect built a building, or gave us the plans, for what I would call an overbuilt top half and an underbuilt bottom half. He had no room in his plans for bracing. My brother-in-law put these braces in the corner. He had no room, or had no provisions for bracing on the posts in the center, or anywhere for that matter. And I believe they're going to continue to brace along these other posts, but at least to on here, I think there's something that goes in here, a closet or some damn thing, I don't know. But anyway, there were no bracing whatsoever. So we decided that we would put plywood on it and then put the tin over the top of the plywood, which is great because plywood will stiffen this thing up to the point where it will not move at all. Because it was really rocking and rolling. I mean, it was really rocking and rolling. You get up there and 5 guys jumping around on it and it would just go bloop, 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 probably an inch either way. And the architect said that these perma columns were put in wrong, which I find to be total bullshit, because if you turn them the other direction, what would you have? A building that shakes the other direction. So anyways, now with this 5 inches of concrete that's poured all the way around these perma columns, that's not going to move. I don't care who you are. It was moving in the ground, but this is going to tighten it up also. You know, so everything is really just coming together really, really nice. Yeah, so I guess the next update will be tin on the sides. Thanks for watching.